Hey guys, what's up? Bisectatron here from OneHive Gazette, here with the next video, and this is a war recap against Arab. Very good war to them. They put up a pretty solid job, but fell a little bit short towards the end. Taking a look at our attacks, go up to the top here. We did a good job. We got all the Town Hall 11s 2-starred, and then I think they only had just one or two Town Hall 10s. Two Town Hall 10s, I think. And we got one of them 3-starred. We'll take a look at that. And then going down here, everything else 3-starred as far as the Town Hall 9s go. So I'm not going to show any 11s or that 10. Just going to show this one 3-star on the Town Hall 10. And it was an awesome attack by Bert. You can see he's bringing Go Vaho, which is pretty standard for Town Hall 10 3-stars. And this base really calls for it. I mean, look how compact it is, and look how close those Inferno Towers are to each other. A group of Valks, if they get in there, they can do some serious damage. So it goes ahead and starts off with the Queen Walk. I take credit for that Queen Walk, by the way. I was the first person to attack this base, and I think I got the 2-star, or maybe a 1-star. I can't remember. I kind of failed on it, but at least I got that Queen Walk down. So like I've said before, building on top of what the last attacker did. So the Queen Walk works out nicely. And the great thing about this Queen Walk is it doesn't require any spells. It's not getting the most amount of defenses, but if your Queen Walk does not require any rages, that's a solid Queen Walk right there, even if it's not getting the most value. That's a pretty tight jump right there, but it looks like it just reaches those Valks. They can make their way in. Here they go, though, has the rage, has a heal for them. As soon as that multi goes down, they're going to be healed back up, kind of ignoring the balloon and the lava hound. I think the balloon will go down to the poison spell anyway, but they collapse in those Inferno Towers real quickly. I think they even broke through the layer walls right there by the CC, so the Valks are just insane, destroyed that base, all the Teslas, all that stuff just crammed up next to each other. Pops the Queen's ability as she moves her way around. Got great value for the Queen. And then here come a few of his own Hogs and the CC Hogs that kind of cut across the base behind the Valks. And the awesome part is because he didn't need a heal, or because he didn't need a rage for his Queen, he has enough spells left over that he can heal his Hogs once. And that's not easy to do at Town Hall 10 when you need so many spells for your Valks and your Queen Walk. To have a heal for your Hogs, that just makes a huge difference, and you can see it pays off because there's so many Hogs left up. Just a few buildings will go ahead and go ×4 as the last few things go down. Awesome attack to Bert, getting the 3-star and doing it on a pretty solid Town Hall 10 base. Alright, not going to show the typical Valk attacks because you guys see that just too much, I think. So I'm going to show both lower level attacks and some different attacks. So this one is a very old-fashioned, I think it's Shattered Go La Lune. Yeah, Shattered, I think. Comes in with 2 golems, and for some reason that one golem decided to go to the cannon. That was really weird. I don't know why, because nothing changed. Just the jump goes down, it thinks for a moment, goes to that cannon. Very weird, but at least one golem goes into the base. You can see that Queen and the 2 air defenses are right there, so kind of what we used to see when the Queen wasn't offset. So very easy, just comes in, gets both those air defenses, gets the CC troops, and most importantly, gets the Queen. You can see the Golem actually did end up coming back in, so it's pretty much full health as it walks its way up. It's going to do some more taking for the Queen, so that works out very nicely. Not full health, but it's doing some tanking. Here come the Lava Hound part of the attack. Comes in with just the 2 Lava Hounds as usual. Good placement on that haste. Just going to propel the balloons along. Let them keep moving. A few balloons cutting across the middle of the base. That's always good to see. They'll get in there, get that expo if the traps don't take them out too much. Has the first rage to let the balloons move along in that area. Then the second rage for that Tesla farm. Everything's being tanked for by that Lava Hound. It's about to explode, but the balloons are closing in on these last few defenses. Still has 2 haste spells. Probably could have used these a little bit earlier because his balloons are thinning out. But luckily gets one down there, and this is over. Still has like 4 or 5 balloons still up, plus that haste, which actually there is that expo up I didn't even see. But it goes down to the Queen and then the balloons. So no big deal there. And like I said in the mini tip, has that 1 balloon for cleanup. Makes a huge difference because he does not have any wizards, just has that 1 minion. So obviously you want to have minions and wizards to take out some of those buildings where your troops don't finish at. But that balloon makes a big difference, especially on those high HP buildings, because it does so much damage when it drops a bomb that it can take out the high HP buildings pretty quickly. So anyway, we'll go ahead and fast forward. Nice attack to Genbach. Alright, two more. We're going to take a look at Freestyler. Taking out this base and doing it with the Golem Avalanche attack that you guys have seen a lot on the channel lately. Just bringing in the 5 golems, and he goes ahead and starts it up top here. Doesn't always have to start in the hero compartment. It can pretty much start at any part of the base. The thing is though, you typically want to start it at the hero compartment because you want to get all the high DPS area out of the way. That way when your troops start thinning out, you don't have to worry about engaging the heroes and making sure that your king is nearby to take out the heroes. It's just easier usually to take out the heroes first if you can, but sometimes the base isn't set up that way, so it just depends. But this is obviously a dead zone base, has that little thing in the middle, and we still see it even against high level war clans. You know, I think I've seen it in arranged wars, the last few wars. There's always 1 or 2 bases that are like this, or at least, you know, don't have many defenses that do much to ground troops in the middle of the base, and that really opens it up for this attack. So you can see comes in the queen hanging back a little bit, but she's making her way up. She'll get on that dragon. The king is pretty low right here, only 14-15 heroes, so not by any means high level heroes, and the king is going down pretty quickly, but luckily it still has quite a few wizards left up. Those are, you know, almost as important as your heroes, keeping those wizards up, and you can see he does a great job here keeping them up. The next few golems making their way in just in time as those other golems get destroyed, has the golems help reinforce, and most of those wizards are avoiding the giant bomb. That hog was awesome. It protects those wizards, gets the wizard tower taken out. These few little hogs that you can sprinkle in are awesome at the end of the attack because everything's distracted on a golem. Just drop those guys in, they'll get great value for you. And still has 1 jump spell left. The queen, as usual, gets out ahead, but still has the ability, so it can fall back on that a little bit. He'll go ahead and pop that right there. As she shoots down a few more buildings, she'll get that archer tower, and the hogs got great value. Right now, they're just finishing up on these last few defenses while everything's shooting at the golems. So awesome job. You can see how many wizards he has left up, and plus both those low-level heroes. So he did a great job protecting all of his DPS troops because you can see how much is still left up that does damage. Last attack, though, we're going to take a look at... I think this is the one I want to look at. No, I think it was 29. Yeah, it was 29. We're looking at Riff taking on this base, and another low-level hero attack. That's kind of the theme of this war. Didn't want to show too many 30-30 Valk attacks because that's just what you guys see so much. I wanted to have a little bit of variety. So only, you know, this guy only has a level 7 queen, level 10 king. The layout of his base is, you know, it's solid. Obviously his stuff's a little bit under upgraded. Town Hall 8 stuff for the most part. But still, you know, not an easy base to take out when your heroes are only 15-15. Especially, I think this might have been a first attack, I'm not sure. For some reason I'm thinking it is, I don't know. But anyway, comes in with a few golems. I've always said be cautious about how many golems you bring if your heroes are this low level. But look at this, he brings a few wizards, and that can help warrant the golems, I guess. It gives you a reason to bring those golems if you can get some wizards behind them. That's just more DPS that's going to be using the tanking that the golems give you. So it really gives you value for those golems instead of just the low-level heroes behind it. His queen did go up north a little bit, but luckily the poison spell was enough to take out the dragon. So CC troops are down, the golems got in there, triggered one of the double giant bomb sets, and took out the enemy queen, obviously. Here come the hogs, though, just going to overwhelm this base, coming from the north. The king, the poison spell would have been nice on that king right there, because he actually gets quite a few hits on these hogs, but he's only level 10. He's not going to be too much of an issue. Coming at this base from all sides, though, when you have, you know, max level hogs for Town Hall 9, you can do that at, I mean, you can swarm the base with hogs, you can spread them out a little bit more, and that allows him to not have to worry about that double giant bomb set. He does hit it, but because he spread out the hogs so much, a big group of them still survived, and you can see it, the king's going to go over and take out his queen, but it doesn't matter, has so many hogs left up. This one's already over. Awesome job to Riff, getting the 3-star. go ahead and go ×2. But yeah, like I said, if you have these high-level hogs going against Town Hall 8 defenses, spread them out a little bit more, especially if one double giant bomb set's still going to be up, and if nothing else, just overpower it. And most of the time, your hogs aren't going to all die to one double giant bomb set if you keep them spread out enough. So thanks for watching, though. This was a war recap. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and should have more coming in the future. I'll see you guys later. Bye, Sectatron out.